Hey again everyone, this is Fuad and this is Nido. In this video, we're gonna go through 11 common mistakes that you're probably making with your pet bird. You may be an experienced bird owner and you may be aware of a few of these mistakes in the video, but a lot of new beginners or newbies seem to be making these errors, and so I'm here to assist you so that you are aware of these problems and hopefully avoid them in near future. Mistake number 1, not maintaining a proper diet. The pet bird that you have is normally spending time at home, and if you compare this pet bird with wild parrots, they're flying around in the wild for so many miles, and they're flying around from place to place, and they're burning a lot of calories and fat. So they're also having a lot of seeds, they're having a lot of fruits in the wild, but the difference with them and the pet bird is that your pet bird is not getting that amount of exercise and therefore not burning the right amount of fat. Seeds contain a high amount of calories and fat, and so your bird should not have that as the primary source every single day. So the point I'm trying to make is that seeds should not be the only source of nutrition. You need to expand this diet. Include fruits like apple. My bird loves apple. You can include other fruits that your bird loves to eat and have a mixture of these type of nutritional food, and your bird's going to be healthy. Furthermore, the seeds that you buy from the shop are not necessarily the same as the ones that are found in the wild. So one thing you can do to your seeds is to sprout them. I have a tutorial in my channel that shows you how to sprout those seeds. This technique germinates the seeds, and these are much more healthier for your bird. Lastly, if the food is soaked, immediately replace it. The food could be soaked because of rain or maybe any other reason, and if it is soaked, immediately replace it. Your bird does not like to eat food that has been drained underwater. Don't think that the food could be dried up and the bird's gonna eat. No, the bird's not gonna eat that, and it gets stinky and it's not necessarily healthy for your bird. Mistake number 2, not having variety types of perches. Your bird loves to sit on different types of branches, thin, thick, rough, wiggly, or whatsoever. So try to have variety of perches. Have thin branches, thick branches, fancy branches, curly branches, whatever branches you have available. Just make sure to include a variety of them inside the cage so that your bird enjoys sitting and spending time on them. Mistake number 3, small cages. It is generally understood that smaller parrots like budgies or finches do not require bigger cages. This is wrong. You want to involve bigger cages even for smaller parrots. There's no limitation or a rule of thumb that you need to maintain when you purchase a cage. Generally, the bigger the cage, the better. I've read an article that stated that you need at least 30 inches wide and 30 inches high of a cage for a breeding pair of budgies. Well, I remember having a budgie pair living in a much smaller cage, and they still bred, they still had kids, and it's not a problem. There's no certain rule as to the amount of size that you need to purchase for a certain species of bird. Mistake number 4, unhappiness. This is a very broad topic and multiple factors can keep a bird happy or sad. I have a video that shows how to keep your bird happy. Be sure to check that out. But just to quickly remind you, the most common factors that contribute to unhappiness is not having enough interaction with your bird. Parrots like conures, cockatiels, they love to interact with humans and other birds. So if you're not giving them enough time, that's one of the major reasons why they're unhappy. Aside from that, even bad weather or just not giving them enough food could also lead to unhappiness. Mistake number 5, ignoring medical concerns. Birds get sick, just like us human beings. They sneeze, they puff their feathers when they feel cold, they even expand their wings and heavily breathe when they're feeling hot. So they do get sick, and it is normal for any bird to get sick. But unfortunately, a lot of you believe that the bird's gonna recover by itself and I don't need to worry about it. This is wrong. Whenever your bird gets sick, you need immediate medical attention. Do some research, look for possible solutions. Maybe give a call to the vet and seek for advice what to do. If you're looking for how to treat a sick bird, I do have a video on my channel that shows how to treat a sick bird. Mistake number 6, doing something your bird necessarily doesn't like. If you want to build a long-living trust with your bird, or tame an untamed bird, you cannot do stuff that will make the bird hate you. For example, learn to study your bird's body behavior. If you're trying to pet your bird and the bird moves away from you, you know for a fact that the bird is not really liking what you're doing. If the bird moves away from you and you're chasing it, that just scares the bird even more. So these are some of the things that ruins the bird's relationship with you. Mistake number 7. Not caring about your bird's droppings or your bird's waste. Don't just assume that your bird is mess-free. Your bird loves to stay clean. It's not a stray animal. Exchange the paper tray under the cage routinely, depending on how much waste. Also, try to wash the cage every few weeks to make sure you have a clean environment for your pet bird. Mistake number 8. Taking the bird out too early. If you're trying to tame your bird and you're trying to get the bird out of the cage in order to tame it, you may be doing this a bit too fast. You first need to let the bird get used to the environment, get used to you, and then start to get the bird out. Wild birds who necessarily do not know you very well or the environment will randomly start flying around as soon as it steps out of the cage. This can lead to some serious injuries when it bumps into the walls or bumps into sharp edges like your ceiling fan. Therefore, before you get the bird out, always make sure that it's okay with you, it's okay with the environment, so that it doesn't get crazy as soon as stepping out of the cage. If you want to know how to tame your parrot, be sure to check out my video. Mistake number 9. Using air pollutants. These air pollutants can be your perfume or deodorant, and these are not necessarily too safe, so don't expose these chemicals to the bird. Also, the gas emitted from the kitchen while you cook can also be toxic. These can potentially even kill your bird. Mistake number 10. Leaving your bird inside the room unsupervised. This is one of the biggest mistakes that I have been a victim of, and unfortunately a lot of you may be doing the same mistake. One day, I left the bird inside the room and went somewhere else. A few minutes later, when I came back, I didn't see the bird anywhere until I finally heard a noise from under the bed that the bird was spending time there. I had no idea what was going on in those few minutes. Had I been there in the room, I could have seen what the bird was doing and tried to handle the situation. But since nobody was there to supervise, nobody knew what the bird was doing. The bird could have had severe injuries, could have bumped into objects, could have got hurt, who knows? So therefore, always have somebody supervise your bird. Mistake number 11. Getting mad at your bird. Do not hold grudges with your bird. Your birds do not necessarily recognize why you're getting mad at them. Punishing your bird can easily lead to a confused bird who doesn't necessarily know why you're trying to scream at him. This can easily break your bird's bond and trust with you. So that is it. Those were the 11 most common mistakes that I feel would be worthy of making a video. There may be other minor common mistakes that I did not cover in this video. If I do come across a set of them, I will make a part 2 of this video. Apart from that, if you disagree with any of my information, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment sections. I'll also be able to learn something from you instead. Thank you so much for watching my video, and Nido and I are gonna see you in the next video.